Two young entrepreneurs from the University of Oregon are helping open a much-needed second medical clinic in Oakridge by April. Lane County Commissioners approved $70,000 to go toward that project yesterday. KEZI 9 News reporter Sarah Hurwitz joins us live in the studio to tell us how Orchid Health Collective got started. Sarah?
Alexander and Orion Falvey met as business majors at the University of Oregon and quickly hit it off. They realized that they could pair their expertise in entrepreneurship to help solve problems like the lack of medical help in rural towns like Oakridge. It all started at a business conference in Portland.
The U of O was asked to get a team together to prevent at Oregon's first ever social business challenge. And what they were asking was for business students to come up with a sustainable business model to one of Oregon's pressing social problems.
Orion Falvey and Alexander decided to take on the challenges that rural communities face in providing adequate health care. They formed the Orchid Health Collective and started reaching out to different organizations and rural health clinics to pitch their clinic on wheels.
When I saw what they did from the U of O and what their project was a van, a medical van in Oakridge, and I was talking to one of my friends who has a business in Uptown. She said she knew Oliver.
Pharmacist Lori Patty says within just a few months of the conference, she met up with Orion and Oliver.
We came down here at the end of September and talked to the city of Oakridge and presented at a city council meeting. And that's where we got our first $11,000 low-interest loan to really kick things off and get things moving.
And because the primary need is so high, plans soon evolved from a mobile van to an actual clinic.
We were sitting down having coffee with a local resident who mentioned one time he cut his arm with the chainsaw and he had to drive himself into town with his arm held up, bandaged up out the window, driving himself into the hospital because he couldn't see anyone immediately.
There is one clinic in town, but they're only able to see about a third of the population. And they're hoping to use that $70,000 from the county to open a second in a former clinic that sat empty for 5 years.
In order to have long-term health for these people and their families, there needs to be more health care out here and just a real solution, and not taking an ambulance ride into town and racking up medical debt for that family. It's just not how the American healthcare system should work.
With the help of funding, they'll be able to purchase medical supplies and equipment, including the only x-ray machine in Oakridge. An Orchid Health Collective is currently recruiting for a full-time nurse practitioner or physician's assistant. Live in the studio, Sarah Hurwitz, KEZI 9 News.